Hello, everybody. So, I am back. I just got done meditating because I was like, I don't know what I want to do a YouTube video on. Or like, I knew what I wanted to do it on, but I was meditating and I was crying. I was just thinking about all of this stuff, and I just want to share a little bit with you guys what happened during meditation. But I also want to share with you guys this quote that I have wrote down from this TikTok. I will be putting the TikTok in here, but it will be at the end. I want to say the quote. I want to say what I wrote down, what I interpreted from it, and share it with you guys because somebody might need it. And I know everybody always be like, if I could help that one person, it's worth it. But for real, y'all, if I could help that one person, or if you're that one person that needs to hear this, I'm so happy and content. And before I go into the quote, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking, and for your review. It always means so much to me, so thank you.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
So, okay, what I had wrote down was, trees start growing down before they grow up. Your roots have to grow, and to grow those roots, you have to be in darkness. Here is where you have your contrast. That's why contrast is helpful. Once it grows on top, there is no resistance. Here is where we find and grow in our light and grow to the brightest places. The roots are what's essentially holding the tree. It's the foundation. It's strong. Be good at both places, as one depends on the other. That is, of course, if you want a big, nice tree. Let yourself and allow yourself to grow in both areas. So, the TikTok is basically talking about how before a tree can grow on top and grow all big and bushy and all that stuff, it has to grow its roots. And growing its roots is in darkness. It's in soil. And that just made me realize how, even in that one video where I was saying, like, we have to, or we can, look at depression, anxiety, a lot of mental health disorders, or when we're feeling down and we feel like everything is against us, or we feel like we can't do it anymore, or we feel like, what are we supposed to do? Is it ever going to get better? It's like we kind of need those things, or those feelings, those, I'm not gonna say thoughts, but we kind of need that darkness. And it's not so much that darkness is a place where we're supposed to stay dark and we're supposed to stay down. It's like, no, when you're in that darkness, you know, don't panic about it. I definitely used to do that, like you guys know. And if you go down to more videos on my channel, you will see that I have dealt with depression for years. And even when I was in that depression, I used to just, or when it would come back a little stronger, you know, the bitch was beating me up, like, whew. But when it would come back stronger and she would start beating me up again, I would get so worried, because the feelings and my feelings and how I felt, my thoughts would get so down, intrusive, and like horrible, that I would panic while I'm there. You know, not only would I be depressed, but now I have anxiety, because it's like, oh my gosh, am I beating myself up? Why is my brain doing this to me? Why do I feel like this continuing? Why does it feel like it's not getting any better? Why can't I just be happy? You know, those thoughts run through your head. But I want you guys to know, if you're going through that, don't let those thoughts run through your head. Don't let those thoughts win. Don't let that be the thought that you have before you go to sleep. Even though, yes, depression is dark. That shit is scary and it's hard. That shit is deep. Yes, I know it is. But before you go to bed, just realize and remember that maybe that darkness and you being there is what is going to help you grow. So it's not so much just letting those thoughts keep beating you down, but it's so much telling yourself, like, hey, this is just something that is going to throw me into the most brightest light ever, you know. And when you see a tree, or when you see trees, especially a real tree, not none of this man-made, planted, and no, a real tree, one that's been here for years, probably since dinosaurs been here. When you see a tree like that and you see how strong it is, not only is it so beautiful and like big on the outside, but also the trunk It's strong. It's big. It's, you know, trees have an energy. And it's like when you see that one big tree, it's like, oh, I see you, that bitch. I ain't even going. I see you, that bitch. I see you, that bitch. Tree. I see you is that tree of the trees of the trees, you know. And people, we're like that too, because we are nature. Sometimes it's not so much that you're going through darkness and you're meant to be here, or you're meant to, you know, especially with depression, you have thoughts of suicide. It's not so much that you're meant to do that or that those thoughts are winning. It's just so much like, sometimes you really do have to go through it. Sometimes you have to go through it to see enough is a fuck enough. Sometimes you have to go through it to see like, I deserve better. Sometimes you have to go through it to see or even feel like the life that I'm living right now is not for me. I need to be on another path. I need to be somewhere else. I just really don't belong here. This is not the best time of my life. And so yeah, I think even while we're depressed and while we're growing, nurturing, and bettering our roots, you know, we also in those times are always looking at something outside of us, you know. A lot of people drink, a lot of people smoke, a lot of people do hardcore drugs. Some people deal with it with sex. Some people deal with it, you know, everybody has their thing that they do. My thing was, I used to literally just cry, eat chocolate, and watch TV. You know, everybody has their thing that they do to deal with it. But we're always looking at something outside of us, and we never really see how much everything that we need, everything that we want, and everything that we desire, no matter, even when you're at the bright places, no matter which place you're at, it's all inside of us. I think for some reason we're not taught that. For some reason, humans, I don't know, we just don't talk about that enough, and we don't teach about that. Like, it really is within you, you know. You're gonna be the one that has to, like, that tree starts growing in the bottom, and then now it's the one that has to sprout up and just grow and let the universe shine its light and continue to be light till, you know, you're the one that has it inside of you. You're the one that has it inside of you. Nobody else has that shit. You know, a lot of times we sit here, we want other people's approval, or we want other people to stop treating us away. We want other people to do this, we want other people to do that, not realizing, like, girl, it's inside of you. And sometimes, like, yeah, shit gets dark and shit gets deep, but I think sometimes that's also the inner kid really telling you or showing you, like, hey, I'm not happy. And yes, we end up growing up into these big bodies, but our inner kids still scream at us. You know, our inner kids still affect us, our behavior, our thoughts, because that's where everything starts. And if your inner child did not start with nice, big, solid roots, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you also have to understand, once you're kind of coming out of the ground as we get older or whatever, we gotta go right back in there and go right back to that child and be like, go back to our roots and be like, okay, we gotta fix this root, we gotta fix this root. And of course, like with everything else, there's no rush to it either. You're the tree, you know, you grow at your own pace. At the end of the day, you're gonna be a big tree. Okay, you're gonna be that bitch. Or if you're a man, you're gonna be that guy, you know. But for real, at the end of the day, you're gonna be your best self. And while I was meditating, I was just thinking about that, how much we can really let other people just affect us, really. And especially when it comes to family and stuff, like, for so long, I just wanted my family to let me be me. I wanted my family to let me just be myself. I'm dramatic. I love to perform. I love music. I love to create. You know, I like saying what's on my mind. Like, what the fuck? I like expressing. I like helping people. I like using my voice. And for so long, I just wanted all my life, you know, I've heard, oh, you're dramatic, oh, you're this and that, which I touched on another video too. But it's like all my life, I've always just wanted, the younger me just always wanted my family to support me. And I always just wanted my family to support me being me, because it's me. Like, you know, sometimes I'm like, by you not supporting me, like, what the hell? You know, you always just want your family to support you. But sometimes you realize, or even in the meditation, I had to talk to my younger self and be like, girl, I'm here. I'm here. I am here, and you're enough. And that's part of going back to the roots. Because if I want to have my tree and I want to shine bright and I want to be myself, like on this platform, I want to use my voice, I want to help others, I'm going to be me, I got to go back to those roots where my younger self didn't feel safe to be her. I had to go back and talk to her and let her know she's okay. I had to go back and talk to her and let her know she is fine. She is enough. She is perfect. And is that the tear on my glasses or my face? What is that? Oh, that might be the reflection. But yeah, you know, it's like, girl, you really have to go back to those roots. So I feel like even when you're growing your roots in the bottom, I feel like it never really ends. Like, you're always gonna have a root that you can better, or you can, you know, kind of take out and replant, or re-let it grow, or things like that, you know. And so yeah, I just wanted to share that. I don't know, it was just on my heart, and I read it again and I was like, somebody might need to hear this. So please know you are enough. Please be kind to yourself, even during those dark times, even when it feels like I can't make it out, like, please. Even when it feels like that, continue to love yourself, be kind to yourself, and always just think about what the younger me need to hear, and even what does me right now need to hear. And you know, like I always say, when you start doing your affirmations, or you start talking to yourself and really getting deeper with yourself, it's gonna feel weird. It might feel uncomfortable. It might feel like, what am I doing? It might feel like this is not gonna work. It might feel like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to take? But when you truly take life day by day and understand that time is an illusion, everything is an illusion, however you look at it is gonna be true, you realize you have all the time in the world. And there's nobody more important than you. There's nothing more important than life than you, your soul, your brain, and making sure that you are okay in living in your truth, and living in what you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, and who you are meant to be. Shine your light. Shine that light, baby. Even when you're in the darkness, shine your light. And remember, the light is always coming. Remember, the light is always here. Just as much as the dark, you might feel like the darkness is always here, so is the light. So yeah, if you guys want any more videos or have any more questions, especially when it comes to mental health, please let me know. That is also one of my passions, because y'all, I understand that shit is not a joke. That shit is not a joke. That shit almost took me out. I honestly am not supposed to be here right now. I had a plan, you know. I had a plan to kill myself when I was 16. Why am I about to cry? But, you know, it felt like all odds were against me. And when I look around at what I have right now, it's just like, if I would have did that shit at 16, I would not see nothing that I have right now. And everything that I have right now is everything that I wanted when I was in those dark places. So it's just like, and when I think about that, is what, like 8 years later, it's like, I was supposed to be gone. This is not supposed to be my life. I'm not supposed to be here. So I get it. I understand it. And it's like, once you go through your darkness and you're going through your roots and you're doing that and you're doing the work, nobody else is helping you. Like I always say, nobody can tell you shit after that, because you worked on your roots and you went through that darkness and you did what had to be done. But now that we're in the light, and now that I'm still here and we're still here, you know, why not live life? Live it to the fullest. Like I say, I was supposed to be gone at 16. I'm going to live my life. And I'm going to be me. And I'm going to continue to do that. Especially with that video, with my American Needs More Racist video, you know, people tell me, oh, but you don't have to say it online, and you don't have to do this. And, you know, for a while, I was like, even before posting video, I was like, should I not, da-da-da. But no, you know, deep inside me, I realized, girl, fuck that shit. You have went too long staying quiet. You have went too long trying to be what everybody else expects you to be. You have went too long, and that shit has even almost took me out. Say what you need to say. Do what you need to do. Live your life. Live by your gifts. Live by what makes you happy. Excuse my face because I think this is boogers. But yes, live. I love you. We need you. Stay here. Grow your roots. Take your time. Sometimes, because it can be intense if you try to do everything. Take your time, one thing at a time, okay? Whatever looks like for you. And yes, grow your tree, okay? Everybody deserves a big, nice, beautiful green tree, okay? A tree where all the animals come to eat the fruit. A tree where the bees and the birds want to stay in and chill and relax with you. Build your tree. All right. Once again, thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for being here with me while I'm being vulnerable. Thank y'all. I hope you guys enjoy your day. And yeah. Continue enjoying your April. What's next? May. Enjoy May. Look forward to May. But I hope that you guys have a great closeout to April. Love you.
Did you know that a tree has to grow in two directions at the same time? It's growing down and it's growing up. And what's interesting, if you could see the part of the tree that's under the ground, it looks very similar to the part of the tree that's above the ground. The root system is very similar to the fruit system.
Crazy. I never thought about that.
The nature of a tree is that it is both gravitropic and phototropic. So gravitropic means it grows away from light and towards gravity. That's the root system. It's gravitropic in nature. So the seed goes in the ground, and then the tree starts growing down before it starts growing up. Now, here's what's interesting. When the seed is under the ground, it's dark under the ground, it's damp, and it has resistance. The root system has resistance. It has to push through the dirt to go down further, right? Well, once it breaks through the earth growing up, there's no more resistance. And the part of the tree that's above the earth grows towards light and away from gravity. So the tree is growing in two directions at the same time. But if you're unwilling to go down, you cannot go up. That's just the nature of life. In nature, before anything can go up, it has to go down. What's really cool is all principles are microcosms of each other. So everything really just keeps proving everything else, because truth is simple. It's lies that are complicated. Did you know